LIANGJINKUN arrives in the Infinity Arena, and he does so, at least in terms of seedings, as the man who would be favoured to get past his 12th-seeded opponent here. But you take nothing for granted at these stages of Grand Smashes, and that's what we are in here. The first of 4 this 2025 year in World Table Tennis here at the Singapore Smash 2025. This one promises plenty based on the form we've seen from both men thus far in this men's singles event. As far as the format is concerned, remember, as we just saw in the women's, we're into now the best of 7 as we work our way towards the final of this one. WTT head-to-head is 1-0 in favour of LIANGJINKUN, and you look back only as far as the WTT champions in Xinjiang for that one, a 3-1 victory for Liang. But in all competitions, it's a 3-1 to the Korean Jang Woo-Jin in their head-to-head. More on that in a moment. Here's Young Ling, our umpire.
And your umpires for this match are LIANGJINKUN-Singapore and LIANGJINKUN-Sweden.
Red or black? Red. Red for Jang, black for Liang. Black. Liang, winner of toss, choose, receive. Side.
Fraser Riley, of course, is alongside me here. Yeah, if you look at the head-to-head between these two, they actually met on a regular basis as juniors and then very early on in their respective careers. And it was Jang Woo-Jin who had the edge back then. So what have we seen from LIANGJINKUN in terms of his improvement? It's seen him not just advance ahead of him in the rankings, but also beat him when they most recently met.
Yeah, he developed massively in sort of the 2015-2016 time period, when we really started to see him representing the senior team at events like the Swedish Open, where he broke through. 28 now, Liang, so I think he's the 3rd oldest currently playing senior in the Chinese A team. But he's a busybody, he's quick, got immense touch play. Here's his run through. He nearly lost to Dmitry Ovcharov. He was 2-0 down there before seeing another German, Ricardo Walter, the trickster, off a little bit more easily.
Yeah, he's progressed fairly quietly, a little bit under the radar, maybe even. I haven't seen a lot of him in terms of the Infinity Arena, in terms of table number 1. His opponent's actually a year older than him today, so we've got 2 highly experienced, 2 really seasoned players here in terms of the amount of time they've spent playing on the senior pro circuit here. At the risk of sticking the neck out here, the blonde Korean who's been so impressive here with his world ranking and, of course, his seeding at 12th at this event. Has he been, in your opinion, as impressive as any of the non-Chinese players in the men's draw thus far?
I would say so. I think it's a bit of blonde ambition here, because he saw off Anders Lind, the World Championship quarter-finalist, who defeated Wang Chujin only last year at the China Smash 3-0. Chen Yue knew every game was close, and he showed his mental mettle there. And then he defeated Gao Zhengrui, the Felix Lebrun Slayer, 3-1.
This is what's up for grabs here. If we're looking at the total prize money, we're now into quarter-final points as well, remember, in terms of the ITTF World Rankings. So this is where the players really start eyeing the big prizes. Great point you made about the way he played in that encounter with Chen Yue. There was a physicality, almost a brutality to his play that he's going to have to bring here today. But LIANGJINKUN, as that tells you, isn't a player that will be easily bullied in any way whatsoever. And the fans are very much of the opinion that the man from China will go through. 71% favouring him in the fan vote at worldtabletennis.com. Here we go. And it's the Korean to serve.
Love 1.
He's settling in for a long run here. Fraser, could go the distance, this.
I think it could. They've had a couple of thrillers before.
2 love.
Beautiful. Great touch from Liang. Scooped it up. What a counter from the Chinese there. You have to say, Jang Woo-Jin is the quicker player. Power-wise, fairly similar, but I'd say that overall Liang has the stronger backhand in the rally.
Now that's the point that we're going to make, isn't it? We will see this with Jang Woo-Jin. He'll look to put everything in that basket, all the eggs in terms of that forehand, but it does leave him vulnerable if the ball comes back.
Yeah, but he's so quick that he can even get to that wide forehand if he is switched.
Love 4.
So Liang can't be too obvious, too consistent with that tactical approach of getting him into that wide backhand first.
Again, we found Zhang in a familiar position, but again, we see the score favouring the Chinese player, who's made a solid start.
Yeah, this is great from Da Pan, as they call him in China, belovedly.
Of course. Oh, wow. That's more than solid. That is penetrative.
Showing his attacking acumen. What a forehand. Left the door open there. Zhang paid the price.
We were talking about Liangjin-Kun earlier on today, and you were saying that he's just solid all round.
Yeah, he is. Very, very all-rounder player. Not the best at, I'd say, anything as a Team China player, but very good at everything.
7-love.
And we're seeing the best of him right now, because yet to even open his account here, Jang Woo-Jin is second best at the start of this quarterfinal.
I'm liking the body language of Jang Woo-Jin though, because he's looking as though to say, I don't think Liang's going to be able to maintain this. This is a, I'd say, outstanding start from Liangjin-Kun.
1-7.
Yeah, we've spoken about the mental strength of Jang Woo-Jin already in this event, as well as the physicality that he brings, the athleticism, particularly winding up onto that forehand. Core strength is the key there. The pivot is stunning from him.
7-3.
Yep, 2. He wasn't phased.
Nice pendulum service here. A lot of side spin.
Lovely flaring the backhand there, fanning it out wide to show that there's a touch as well as the power.
Delightful little touch initially there, and then, yep, wrong footing Liang, taking it a tad later than the Chinese player thought.
5-7.
That's unusual. That's an oddity, rarity.
Mental warfare already here.
Yeah.
Let 5-7.
Searching, probing on the backhand there.
Yeah, I mean, Liang's touch play is amazing, and this flick, just to add to that, the cherry on top.
Let 5-8.
That now familiar little kick up of the left leg as he gets into his service routine from Jang Woo-Jin.
8-6.
Who's living with the opponent after that scary start to this one for the Korean.
Well, when you're in front and you're not able to hold on to it, it's going to make it even more nerve-wracking if it's close or if you're trailing. So Liang has to make a statement now.
9-6.
And he's in a good position because it's a 3-point cushion now as he serves. But Zhang will consistently remind him that he's not going to be brushed aside. Even though it looks as if the first game may well be going the way of the man from China. 4 game points now. Free hit in a way, and he swats that away, Jang Woo-Jin.
Nice serve, realises that's going to be too short to come in with an attack. What a flick. But that's his 40, good start.
Yeah, very solid start, built on a flyer off the bat here from Liangjin-Kun, who's taken out the first. against a very much informed Jang Woo-Jin. But we're only just at the start of this one. Long, long way to go.
然后有机会呢，哎，等他动手掉一下，然后他就确实会受一些影响，就自己能把自己的战术执行。
LIANGJINKUN has taken out the first game here against Jang Woo-Jin. Just looking at his recent form. Round of 16, he went out against Tomokazu Haramoto in Fukuoka at the WTT finals last year.
Second game, Liang to serve, love all.
Quarter finalist in Montpellier. But here we are in 2025 in Singapore. Grand smash time.
Yeah, the last smash we saw, he got to the semis. LIANGJINKUN won the men's doubles with Wong Chi-Chin, and of course, runner-up here last time round in Singapore.
Yeah, went out to Ma Long, didn't he, in the China smash in Beijing here?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's been nearly sort of a 12-month wait for a title for Liang. I think it was, in fact, it was the contender Taiyuan, wasn't it?
Taiyuan,
in terms
yeah.
of a major, Incheon, I think, the champions there against Calderano.
Yep. Brilliant from Jang Woo-Jin. Look at the depth he's getting on these balls.
You sometimes forget about how good his backhand is because of how much he's trying to hunt for the forehand, Jang Woo-Jin. But he has got that in his locker. Saw it there.
But there's his friend, the forehand, which can become his enemy if the ball comes back, as we said earlier. And it came back and nobody was home.
Lovely push. There's the tactic. All cards on the table, but an ace block.
Ace block. And Jang nowhere to be seen. Oh, that was more than a block. That was absolutely fired past Jang.
Threaded it through the eye of a needle, off the net as well. What a counter. Made that look too easy. And it really wasn't.
Improvisation there nearly paid off for Liang. But an important point. Let's have a little look at the way he's adjusted his bat there.
Yeah, tried to switch the direction of play with the backhand from the middle. Trying to protect his crossover with a less expensive stroke. Oh, that should have been Jang Woo-Jin's.
Yeah, we've seen him put that away already in this matchup, but not this time.
Play on. 4-0.
I think he was put off by the fact that Liang had correctly anticipated where Jang Woo-Jin was intending to go.
5-4.
Liang's shot tolerance is just so good. He can brace for impact, he can fend back powerful balls, so it takes a lot to break through him. He really is a brick house of a player.
5-0.
Yeah, we've been using solid and variations all the way through here. Brick house, though.
He's built like a prop forward in rugby. Thick set guy.
Yeah, yeah. And his play is solid and uncompromising too. Oh, Oh, more than that though,
5,
because it would be unfair to just say he's a solid player. There's flair on show as well from the man from China.
He thought outside the box under the most amount of pressure. That's genius.
Very tight to his body. And a mistake.
7,
And
5.
he knows it, Zhang Woojin. Frustrated with that one. It's twice we've seen him do that in the last few points. Missed one that he would back himself to put away, and as a result he trails by 2, and he's a game down already.
Seven, 6.
Man, he's made of resilient stuff, is Zhang Woojin.
Feel nice for him to win a point with that forehand cross table. It's Liang that's been winning most of those trades. Could be a confidence booster for the Korean.
But he was back on backhand duty, and again he can't get anywhere near a winner from Liang.
Well, Liang knows that he doesn't have to pivot as often as Zhang Woojin does on that backhand side, and he's using that to his advantage with great tactics, biding his time where he needs to.
And the spin on that. Did you see that after the missed stroke from Zhang Woojin? Died on him.
I think he just skimmed the ball actually there, Zhang Woojin, with the forehand. Couldn't quite connect because of the mischievous length.
Oh, and then he drops it on serve, and suddenly he's staring at 4 game points for LIANGJINKUN. And that's writ large on the face of Zhang Woojin. Oh, great rally.
10-7.
Nice idea.
We've mentioned this before, but in the last couple of matches you've felt that Zhang's been able to exert a little bit of mental superiority over his 2 opponents, but that just isn't going to happen here. He's so phlegmatic, isn't he? So unflappable, Liang.
Yeah, he gets through a lot of very, very tough matches, LIANGJINKUN.
Oh, and he got through.
Second game
A tough examination off the backhand there. And what a way to take out the game.
Got him first, but again, Liang using Zhang Woojin's pace to his advantage.
11-7, 11-8. This is a really strong showing from LIANGJINKUN thus far. We're in the quarterfinals, and obviously at this stage you don't expect to see all of the stars still alive, but we have seen attrition here from Haramoto through to LeBrun to Gallerano and Murugan. Who's still here? Well, Wang Chuqin, Lin Shidong, and this man that we're watching right now, LIANGJINKUN, still in it to potentially win it. There is Patrick Francisco, who knows what it takes to get to the semi-final of a smash. Can he do it this time out? Well, we'll be looking into that one later on, but right now Zhang Woojin, who would have fancied his chances of getting into that territory, has to turn things around. He trails
No flash, please.
Liang by 2 games to love.
Love 1.
You mentioned, John, that Patrick Francisco got to the semi of a smash. That was in Saudi Arabia, and Jang Woo-Jin was the man that he played in that semi. And, you know, Jang would have fancied his chances here. You know, out of the sort of top 4, you know, Liang is the player who's shown quite a lot of vulnerability. He's lost to Shelby, he's lost to Jorgic, he's lost to Aramoto, lost to Calderano. He's beatable for Jang Woo-Jin.
Yeah, by those rarefied standards. Just talking about Francisco, of course, his opponent in his quarterfinal is Wang Chuqin, the number 1. And the winner of that one will take on the winner of this in the semi.
2-0.
Top players in the world will make serves more bouncy on purpose at times. What a rally here.
2-3.
Pace and a similar result to that which we've seen over the course of this one thus far.
It's making these adjustments, more extension on that last backhand there. That was lovely.
So tight into the body of Jang. And then he goes wide and stretches him. And that's the variation that's making it not a progression, but it's smooth though thus far for the player from China.
I'm impressed here with LIANGJINKUN. It's the best I've seen him play in a while. Lost to Benedict Duda in Montpellier. Tough pill to swallow for him.
Different atmosphere there, of course, and here again the majority of the fans celebrating and saluting LIANGJINKUN, who's produced some fabulous play already.
This forehand up the line that he's played on the pivot has been exceptionally good.
And Zhang's going to have to really bring out the very best. That forehand is going to be close to perfect if he's going to get back into this.
And it's going to be kind of unpredictable as well because of how well Liang's been able to redirect off that shot.
4-5.
Needs to use that backhand more. We've seen it to good effect a couple of times. Jang Woo-Jin, who pulls back within 1. Thank you, fans. That's all we needed to say about that one. Magnificent. Even with the help of the net on the way there, Zhang unable to get it done.
That was a slugfest. I wonder whether we were going to see a sort of Gozi versus Liang rally from Macau there with them going round the net. What a shot.
Yeah, it was heading for highlight reels, wasn't it? But that was a snapshot from Jang Woo-Jin.
It's going to be a bit more wary to pivot that corner. And, well, will that mean that Liang will try and go sooner directly into the forehand? Let's see.
5-7.
He knew what he wanted to do, the Korean. Executing it, another matter though. See how tight that was to him. Just wasn't there to hit, frankly, was it?
Liang knows where he wants to go, but he still has to adapt to the minor adjustments Jang Woo-Jin makes, so he still has to be very open-minded here.
5-8.
And he's like a heat-seeking missile at times here. He's just finding the areas that Jang doesn't want to be in.
Eight, 6.
This is it. It's make it or break it. This is the moment we'd reference if Jang Woo-Jin can take this game. It had completely changed the match, but from 3-0 down, it'd be stupid to say he'd come back, Jang Woo-Jin.
9-6.
And it's with a little stamp of the foot there. And another attempt to try and get that body going. Slipping away from the Korean. It's not so much that
6-10.
we've seen his game drop off drastically. He's just not allowed to play here, Jang Woo-Jin, and these are 4 game points for a 3-love lead now.
Seven, 10.
Went for broke. Shot block. He was going to try and slap that one if it would have landed after.
Still got 3 game points though on the Jang serve. And it's there.
11,
And it's now
7.
beginning
Third
to look
game to Liang.
awesome, formidable, not inevitable, because this is sport after all. But he has put himself in a fantastic position here.
是吧？啊，围住他，然后你打起节奏，不跟他去抢速度，哎，把节奏快速拉住他，是吧？你来吧，你拖他吧，拖他我就把习惯线路封死就完了吗？不要打到那边你刚刚算你得1分，你不是跟他们抢，他是在抢，我不抢。你看你发完球以后，你刚你，哎呀，啊，这个节奏非常好啊！现在就是什么呢？下一局他有可能在接发球夹线以后，你看。
Let's have a look at that fabulous point. And let's track the ball on this razor.
Look at the arc. You really get to see it from this angle. Sometimes the players will take it early. Sometimes they'll let it drop a little bit further so they can spin up the back of it and create all that arc, that rotation to the right location.
You're right. A couple more shots in that rally, and we might have been seeing some around the net stuff going on there because they were getting wider and wider. Saw him being coached. There's not much he needs coaching in right now, LIANGJINKUN.
4th game,
plans being
Liang to serve.
executed.
Level.
His decision making has been fabulous so far.
One love.
Case in point, when he needs to put the foot down, he does.
I mean, you can see the difference between a player like Chen Wen-yu and LIANGJINKUN. When they're playing against each other, you won't notice it as much, but against players outside of Team China, you really get to see it.
Apologies
Love 2.
after the put away.
One, 2.
Yeah, just up the pace a bit on the backhand, Jang.
Only straight games win between these two players. It's been won by Jang Woo-Jin. Chop block here from him. But, yeah, the first meeting at the 2013 Asian Junior Champs in Doha, 3-0 in the junior boys team. And then most notably, the Korean Open final in 2018. Jang beat him 4-0 and became the Triple Crown champion. That was his breakthrough event on the World Tour.
Oh, the
3-2.
times have changed. And on the evidence of this one, there's every chance that it could be a bagel, as we call them. It could be 4-0 here in this.
Yeah, Liang knows him too well, doesn't he?
4.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? At the rarefied level that he's playing at here, Jang, when you get to the quarters and semis, if you will, of these competitions, inevitably up against Chinese players, does he need more variety to his game to really consistently go deep?
To consistently go deep,
5.
yes. To go deep, no. Because he's got a high risk, high reward game style, ultra aggressive.
But he's coming up against almost a wall
6-2.
here in terms of impenetrability. Can't get through. He's getting the big guns out as Jang Woo-Jin, but they're just not working.
Well, the Chinese became more backhand orientated after Ru Sung-min won the Olympic Games in 2004. Even more so, more than
7-2.
ever really, because of course you can produce so much power with the backhand and it takes less time to recover from. Players like Jang Woo-Jin, forehand orientated players, struggle a bit more than what they used to.
2-8.
And the struggle is real now for him because he trails by 6 as he serves to stay in this now. This is raced by.
3-8.
A match that we could have seen going the distance almost certainly looks as if it's not going to now.
this is all but done.
Yep.
9-3.
I hear you. 9-3 serves to get it done. On the brink now. 7 match points for Liang Jingkun after a truly impressive showing.
4-10.
Not this time. Did you see this coming?
I didn't think it would be a 4-zip.
But it is.
11-4.
And it is
Game
mighty
and match
impressive
for Liang.
from
Wins 4
Liang
games to
Jingkun,
0.
who has done what was done to him by Zhang when they were much, much younger. And he's done so to serve up a notice of intent. 11-7, 11-8, 11-7, 11-4. That he means to go all the way here in Singapore Smash 2025. He still looks so calm and unruffled. That's quite a showing.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the big man there, Darpan, will be chuffed to bits with that performance. He's managed to handcuff a very, very dangerous player on his day, Zhang Wujin, a man who's beaten many of Team China's stars, including Mao Long, including Wang Chuqin. So that performance right there is a statement more than anything.
And along the way, he ruffled the feathers and that blonde hair of Zhang Wujin, who'd been so awesome mentally in terms of his previous dominant performances here in Singapore, but he had no answers. And let's just zoom in from above on the qualities we saw from Liang Jingkun.
Yeah, most balls into that backhand, that temptation zone where Zhang wants to pivot to fire his forehand into play. And he picked his moments, bided his time, he was patient where he needed to be, and when he switched the direction of play, it was too much to handle for the Korean.
Ex-Billy Putzer, thank you very much, Fraser. So let's just check in on what we saw there. 4 games to love. That was a very impressive performance. Let's hear in his own words from Liang Jingkun. Let's get to the interview now.
Congratulations, Jingkun. Great match today. How do you feel now being in the Final Four, the semi-finals of Singapore Smash?
恭喜梁靖昆取得这场比赛的胜利，这周你的状态也是非常的好，进入半决赛了，感受如何？
首先我觉得也没想到能打这么轻松吧，确实我觉得张无忌的这种球之前也不是很好打，我觉得今天自己做得非常好，可能在这种赛前的准备啊，包括在场上的调动吧。
Yeah, it was a very unexpected game today. It went easier than expected. My opponent is a very good player, but I think I did well in terms of pre-match preparation.
You've been in Singapore now for almost 2 weeks. Besides training and matches, what else have you been up to?
训练和比赛之余，在新加坡还做了些什么呢？
训练比赛？什么？
之余？
至于？
对。
吃饭呗。
I ate a lot here.
Well, we hope you keep eating a lot because you've been playing well. Keep that good luck streak going, and good luck in the semi-finals.
继续加油，期待你下场的表现。
谢谢谢谢。
He ate a lot. Who doesn't come to Singapore and eat a lot? Well, he ate up Zhang Wujin there. Didn't make a meal of that in any way. He absolutely, uncomplicatedly, unfussedly has raced into the semi-finals here. And now the fans who really got behind him in there, they loved what they saw, getting their reward in terms of an autograph for. And that's really nice from him. He's making his way up to the other side here to recognize the support that was all around this Infinity Arena.
Yeah.
One into the Smash Lounge.
He's a character, is Liang Jingkun.
Yeah.
He really is.
I wanted to find out what he's been eating. Let's see if we can get a chance later. All right, there we are then. He is the first player that makes his way into our semi-finals. He'll take on the winner of Wang Chuqin against Patrick Francisca in the top half of the men's singles draw here at Singapore Smash 2025. And that was a case of getting the job done in a best of 7 very, very quickly by Liang Jingkun. Maybe he's hungry. So now we switch back to the women's singles, and this is really one to look forward to here, as there have been lots of meetings in the past between these two, Wang Yidi against Mima Ito. Next up. Welcome back to the Infinity Arena, where we have just seen a massively impressive showing from the 4th seed Liang Jinkkun, who's just had a Korean for lunch, as Fraser would put it. He spoke about the fact that he comes to Singapore to eat, and he absolutely munched up Jang Woo-Jin in their quarterfinal. Into the semi-finals he goes. And did she get her hands on that ball in the end? Hopefully so. Let's have a little recap, shall we? In the men's doubles semi-finals earlier on, the LeBron brothers, the world number ones, were beaten comfortably by Wang and Lin.
Yeah, that was an amazing performance there. First time playing together on the international stage, and they defeated the champions of the finals in Fukuoka. Wang Hao was happy with that. No easy feat. They lost the first game and then reeled off 3 on the bounce.
And they're looking like an awesome, formidable combo, the left-right there from China. So they march on into the final as they send their opponents scurrying around and out of the men's doubles. This is the way the draw looks then, and it was the Chinese Taipei pair of Lin and Gao who will confront Wang and Lin in a high-quality, high-caliber final coming your way. That'll be tomorrow, of course. And then we turn to the Guaiman show on her birthday, 21-year-old against Zhu Yuling, who's returned to top-flight table tennis. Looked as if it might pose a problem or two for the 21-year-old, but that didn't turn out to be the case.
Well, I'd say that she challenged her, in the first 3 games, 3-11-8, that's fairly close. Nicked that 4th, and I wondered, could it be a turning point? But overall, if you're looking at games 4-1, it's a good display from Guaiman. And it must have been a surreal feeling playing a player that she would have looked up to as a kid.
Yeah, it's nicely put. Yeah, she did push her all the way, but she just wasn't able to get the result. And in the end, a comfortable enough victory for the youngster. So as it stands, she is awaiting the winner of the Hinayata Chen Qingtong encounter there, and looking very, very strong, as she has done across all competitions that she's played in here in Singapore this week. Guaiman will be back in doubles action before too long. And then the matchup that we just saw. Thought this would be a lot closer than it turned out to be, based on the blonde Koreans' form so far here in Singapore. But in the end, the number 4 seed said, this is going to be my day, and it was.
Well, we came in, didn't we, John, saying, Jang Woo-Jin's been the most impressive non-Chinese player so far. having already beaten as well a Team China star in Chen Yuanyu, that he was dismantled, handcuffed, switched around, and even with his footwork, Zhang Wujin wasn't able to reach many of Liang Jingkun's switches because of the timing of the Chinese player. That was a really, really good performance.
Yeah, Liang shut down